everyone. Myself, Dr. P. Ashok Babu, working as professor and head at ECE department. So, in this video, I am going to discuss about the reflection by a perfect conductor using oblique incidence. So, here, whenever a wave is incident obliquely on the interface between two media, so let us assume media 1 and media 2, okay, incident obliquely on the interface between the two media, it is necessary to consider separately two special cases. So here the two special cases are, one is the perpendicular or horizontal polarization and the second one is the parallel or vertical polarization. So here from figure we can observe the two types of polarizations. First one is the perpendicular or horizontal polarization. Second one is the parallel or vertical polarization. So here we will define the what is a perpendicular polarization or horizontal and what is a parallel polarization or vertical polarization. So in first case, the electric vector is parallel to the boundary surface or perpendicular to the plane of incidence. So this case is often termed as horizontal polarization, perpendicular polarization or horizontal polarization. So in this case, so here it is in first case, the electric vector is parallel to the boundary surface or perpendicular to the plane of incidence. This is often termed as the horizontal polarization. In the second case, the magnetic vector is parallel to the plane of incidence. So this case is often termed as the vertical polarization. So here we will see the two cases one by one. First case. So here the electric field is perpendicular to the plane of incidence. So let the incident and reflected wave makes an angles of theta I. Incident angle makes an angle of theta I and reflected angle makes an angle of theta R. So both are equal to, let us assume, theta with the z axis as shown in figure. So here from figure we can observe that From first figure we can observe that the incident on a perfect conductor and then reflected back. So it is the first one is the incident wave, second one is a reflected wave. So here the incident angle is theta I is equal to theta and the reflected angle is theta R equal to theta. So like that assume a plane. Next, so because of these two waves have equal wavelengths and opposite directions along the z-axis, there must be a standing wave distribution along the axis. So here, please go back. Go back. So from figure, we can observe that. So here, incident wave is there, reflected wave is there. So here, both will combine and will form a standing wave along the z-axis and will form a traveling wave along the y-axis. So here, the incident wave and reflected wave will provide a standing wave along the z-axis, and both incident and reflected wave combinedly will produce a traveling wave along the y-axis. So because of the standing wave along the z-axis, we cannot progress the information. And due to the traveling wave, we can transfer the information from one place to the other place. So here, because of these two waves have equal wavelengths and opposite directions along the z-axis, there must be a standing wave distribution along the z-axis. So in the y direction, the incident and reflected waves both propagates or progress to the right side with the same velocity and wavelength. So there will be a traveling wave in the positive y direction. So because of the traveling wave, we can transfer the information from one point to the other point. So here the expression for reflected and incident wave can be expressed as, so here the reflected wave, E reflected is equal to ER into e power minus j into beta n cap dash into R. So this we can observe from the figure also. For the incident wave, we have n cap is there. For reflected wave, we have n cap dash is there. N cap and n cap dash is there. The same here we are writing. So e power minus j into beta into n cap dash into R. So here we can, in place of n cap dash R, we can write here. So let us assume in case of n cap dash R, here we can write x cos A plus y cos B plus z cos C. Therefore, E reflected is equal to, we can write ER into e power minus j beta into, in place of here n cap dash into R. Here I am writing x cos A plus y cos B plus Z cos C. So here A, B, C are the angles made by the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis like that. So here we need to eliminate the A, B, C angles, x angle, y angle and z angles. So here we can done the angle, we can prove, we can derive the angles by using the diagrams. So let us assume the incident wave is here. So here the wave is incident obliquely at the surface of a some conductor. So here the incident wave will be like this. So let us assume the incident wave. So here we can assume the rectangular coordinate system x, y, z, like this. It is the z-axis, it is the y-axis, it is the z-axis. When the wave incident like this. So here when the wave incident, so here we can find out the angles. So here because it is the y-axis, here we can write the theta y, and it is the x-axis. It is x-axis. Here we can write it is theta x, and theta z will be, it is the theta z. So with the z-axis angle is theta z, with the x-axis the angle is theta x, with y-axis the angle is theta y. Like that you assume the angles. So let us assume here the theta x equal to pi by 2. So when theta x equal to pi by 2, so here we can find out the theta y. So theta x is, the total angle is pi by 2. Therefore the theta y is equal to pi by 2 minus theta. Theta y is equal to, we can write pi by 2 minus theta, because the total angle is 90 degrees and this the theta y we need to find out. Therefore theta y is equal to, let us assume it is some theta. Therefore the total theta y is equal to pi by 2 minus theta. Pi by 2 minus this angle is theta. Pi by 2 minus theta will give the theta y. Similarly, we need to find out the theta z value. So theta z is equal to the totally the angle is, it is 180 degrees. 180 degrees minus some theta. 180 degrees minus, let us assume it is some theta. Therefore the angle is theta z equal to pi minus theta. Similarly, we can find out for the reflected wave also. So for reflected wave means, so it is a x-axis, it is a y-axis, and it is a z-axis. The wave will be reflected like this. So when the wave is reflected, we need to find out the theta x, theta y, theta z. So here from the reflected wave to the x-axis is theta x, from the reflected wave to the y-axis is theta y, and from the reflected to the z is theta z. So here simply let us assume theta z equal to some theta, and theta x equal to, always you assume pi by 2, and the remaining angle is theta y. Theta y is equal to, the total angle is pi by 2. Therefore theta y is equal to, you can write pi by 2 minus theta. So like this we can find out the x-axis angle, y-axis angle, z-axis angle, are angles A, B, C, where angle A, B, C are the angles made by x, y, z axis. So here we need to substitute all this in A, B, C. Therefore, so here where here is the amplitude of the electric field strength of the reflected wave at the origin. Therefore, n cap dash r can be expressed as, it is x cos pi by 2. Angle A is the theta x. Theta x is pi by 2 plus, so it is for reflected wave, and plus y into cos of pi by 2 minus theta. So it is angle B. Actually it is theta y. It is theta x, theta y, theta x, theta y. It is a theta z. So for simply for z axis angle we can assume theta. So here if you simplify the equation, x cos pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 90, cos 90 is 0. Therefore the first term will be 0. Here cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta, y sin theta plus z cos theta. Therefore n cap dash r is equal to, we can directly write y sin theta plus z cos theta. So E reflected equal to ER into e power minus j beta into y sin theta plus z cos theta. Similarly, we can express for the incident wave. For incident wave, n cap r is equal to x cos A plus y cos B plus z cos C, where A is the theta x, B is the theta y, C is the theta z. So where theta x is pi by 2. Therefore, it is x cos pi by 2 plus y into cos of theta y is pi by 2 minus theta plus z into cos of theta z is pi minus theta. Okay, after substituting the angles in equation, so cos pi by 2 0, first term is 0, then y of cos pi by 2 minus theta. So cos of pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta, therefore it is y sin theta plus z into cos of pi minus theta. Cos of pi minus theta is, here you can write minus z cos theta. Minus z cos theta. Because in second quadrant, cos is a negative. Therefore, here you can write E incident equal to EI into e power minus j beta into y sin theta minus z cos theta. So here, according to the boundary conditions, already we discussed in the previous videos, the reflected wave is equal to the electric field of, or in electric field, the reflected wave is equal to negative of the incident wave. Therefore, we can express ER equal to minus EI. So the total electric field strength will be, it is combination of the two waves. Therefore, here we can write E is equal to, or the total electric field ET is equal to E incident plus E reflected. E incident plus E reflected. Or in place of E reflected, we can write the E incident also. Therefore, it is EI minus EI. So here in place, we will substitute the two expressions. EI minus EI not 0 it is. So EI is some different value. This is some different value. So therefore, if you substitute the values, it is E is equal to, if you take EI common, EI into e power minus j beta into y sin theta minus z cos theta minus e power minus j beta into y sin theta plus z cos theta. So here we need to simplify the equation. So here we can simplify the equation as, so here let us assume that it is e power minus j beta into y sin theta into e power minus into minus plus, it is j beta z cos theta minus e power minus j beta y sin theta into e power minus j beta z cos theta. A beta z cos theta. So in two equations, we can take a common of e power minus j beta by sin theta. Therefore, it is e power minus j beta y sin theta. Take common in two equations. Therefore, it is e power j beta z cos theta minus e power minus j beta z cos theta. So here we can rearrange the equation by multiplying, dividing with the equation with 2j. Therefore, 2j already EI is there. 2j EI into e power minus j beta y sin theta into e power j beta z cos theta minus e power minus j beta z cos theta by 2j. Therefore, it can be expressed as, already this 2j EI is there. 2j EI into sin theta, just like it is sin theta. That totally it is just like sin theta. In place of theta, we have beta z cos theta. Therefore, the expression is sin beta z cos theta into e power minus j beta y sin theta is there. So here in place of beta cos theta, here I am writing beta z. Here beta z is equal to, I am writing beta cos theta, and in place of beta sin theta, here I am writing beta y. Therefore, the equation can be modified as E is equal to electric field is equal to total electric field. E is equal to 2j into EI into sin beta z into z into e power minus j beta y. Then where we can define the phase constant beta is equal to omega by phase velocity. Omega is the angular frequency. So here we can write omega equal to 2 pi f by velocity v equal to f lambda. Therefore, ff cancel each other. Therefore, we can write 2 pi by lambda. Beta is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. It is known as a phase shift constant of the incident wave. And beta z equal to, already we assume that beta z equal to beta cos theta is a phase shift constant in the z direction. And beta y is equal to beta sin theta is a phase shift constant in y direction. So here equation 4 is shows that equation 4 is a previous equation. Equation 4 shows the standing wave distribution of electric fields along the z direction. So because of the standing wave along z direction, we cannot propagate the information. So here we can write the wavelength lambda z. Lambda z equal to, here it is 2 pi by beta z. Lambda z equal to 2 pi by beta z. But beta z is nothing but beta cos theta. Therefore 2 pi by beta cos theta. And here we can write lambda by, here we are expressing the equation as lambda by cos theta. So, but what is the lambda? Lambda is equal to 2 pi by beta. 2 pi by beta is lambda, therefore lambda by cos theta. For here we can write lambda z equal to lambda by cos theta. So here the planes of zero electric fields occur at multiples of lambda z by 2 from the reflecting surface. And the planes of maximum electric field strength, occur at odd multiples of lambda z by 4 from the surface. So this is about the reflection by a perfect conductor using oblique incidence. And here the standing wave can also be possible. The standing wave distribution of electric field strength is seen from the equation 4, and to the from that we can find out the traveling wave along the y direction. So here the traveling wave along y direction, it can move with a velocity v. So let us assume Vy. Vy is the velocity along the y direction. Therefore V is equal to omega by beta y, where beta y is a phase constant. So omega by, in place of beta y, we can write beta sine theta. Omega by beta sine theta is equal to, so here we have V by sine theta, because V is nothing but again omega by beta. So in place of omega by beta, here I am writing V. Therefore Vy will use the V by sine theta. Vy is equal to V by sine theta. And the wavelength in this direction is also known as lambda y. Lambda y is equal to, it is lambda by sine theta. Lambda y is equal to lambda by sine theta. So this is about the first condition. Next condition is case 2. So case 2 is here the parallel to the plane of incidence. The incident wave is parallel to the plane of incidence. So here you can observe a different diagram. So here it is a perfect conductor is there. When a plane wave, when a wave incident on a perfect conductor, the wave will be reflected like this. So here incident wave is the reflected wave. So incident wave for electric field, incident wave for the magnetic field, and here incident wave for reflected wave for electric field and reflected wave for the magnetic field. So here it is along the y direction, it is along the z direction. You assume a small triangle. So it is just like the triangle is like this. So here it is Ey is there, it is Ez is there, it is incident wave Ei. So here we have some angle theta, let us assume. Similarly here also we have a small angle, small triangle. So here the triangle is just like this. So here it is Er is there, and it is along the z direction we have Ez, along y direction we have Ey. So like this you assume the two triangles. First one is for incident wave, second one is for the reflected wave. Incident wave and reflected waves. So like that assume the two triangles. So here we can write an expressions for sin theta and cos theta. So from this we can write the expression for sin theta. Sin theta is Ez by Ei. Opposite by hypotenuse will use the sine of the angle, and here Ey by Ei is equal to cos of the angle. So for similarly for reflected wave, it is Ez by Er. Ez by Er equal to sin theta, and Ey by Ei is equal to, or Ey by Er is equal to cos of the angle. So here we will use these four for the derivation of second case. That is a parallel to the plane of incidence. So here in this case, Ei and Er will have the instantaneous directions as shown in the figure. So because the components are perfectly conducting boundary, it must be equal in opposite directions. Because the wave is perfectly incident. The wave is incident on a perfect conductor. The wave will be reflected back. So here the magnitudes of E and H will be reflected by an equation. So here we have some negative is there. So because the incident wave and reflected wave both are opposite to each other, so here we can express the expression as EI by HI is equal to minus ER by HR, which is equal to eta, where eta is the intrinsic impedance. For the incident wave, the expression for magnetic field strength can be expressed as here H incident is equal to HI into e power minus j beta into it is y sin theta minus z cos theta. So it is just like same as the previous one. So here it is HI into e power minus j beta into here it is x cos A plus y cos B plus z cos C. So here we need to eliminate the angles A, B, C. So here if you substitute the angle A, B, C same as the previous derivation. So here we can directly write y sin theta minus z cos theta. Y sin theta minus z cos theta. And for reflected wave, the reflected H reflected, the magnetic field reflected equal to HR into e power minus j beta into y sin theta plus z cos theta. So which is also similarly like this. X cos A plus y cos B plus z cos C. We need to eliminate the x angle, y angle and z angle like that. So here in magnetic field, we know that HI is equal to HR, whereas in magnetic field, electric field, it is EI is equal to minus ER, whereas in magnetic field, it is HI is equal to HR only. HI equal to HR only. Therefore, the total magnetic field strength H is equal to, we need to add the incident wave and reflected wave. So here if we add the incident and reflected wave and take a common of HI, it is e power minus j beta into y sin theta minus z cos theta plus e power minus j beta into y sin theta plus z cos theta. So here in both the equations we have e power minus j beta y, e power minus j beta y sin theta is a common term. So here we can take a common of e power minus j beta y sin theta in both the equations. And if we express the equation in terms of exponential, the expression will be H is equal to 2HI into cos beta z into z e power minus j beta y, where beta z equal to beta cos theta and beta y equal to beta sin theta, same as the previous one. So here the magnetic field strength has a standing wave distribution in the z direction. So with the planes of maximum H located at the conducting surface and the multiples of lambda z by 2 from the surface. Here the planes of zero magnetic field strength occur at odd multiples of lambda z by 4 from the surface. So here we know that EI is equal to eta into HI. According to the E and H relation, here we can write E by H equal to it is eta, or simply we can write EI is equal to eta into HI. It is for incident wave. From the angle, from the triangle already just now we have discussed. So it is a triangle. So it is EY is there, EZ is there, EI is there. EY, EZ, EI. So angle is here. Just EY, EZ, EI. It is EI, EZ, EY, and it is the theta. So here the theta angle is like that. Then we can write the expressions. Sin theta is equal to Ez by opposite by hypotenuse. Sin theta equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Therefore, sin theta equal to Ez by Ei. Therefore, we can write Ez is equal to Ei sin theta, and Ez equal to, here I am writing Ez equal to, because Ei is equal to we have eta into Hi. Because Ei is equal to eta into Hi. Therefore, we can write Ez equal to eta into Hi into sin theta. Eta into Hi into sin theta. Similarly, we can write the another expression cos theta. For cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Therefore, Ey by Ei is equal to cos of the angle. Therefore, we can write Ey is equal to Ei into cos theta. But again, Ei is equal to, we know that eta into Hi. Therefore, Ey is equal to, we can write eta Hi cos theta. And here we know that Hi is equal to HR. Which is equal to, so here Hi is nothing but Hi equal to, we can write Ei by eta. Hi is equal to, we can write Ei by eta, which is equal to, So from this equation, we can write EI is equal to eta into HR. EI is equal to, we can write eta into HR. Therefore, in further equation, EZ. So here I am writing EZ equal to EI sin theta. EZ equal to EI sin theta. Therefore, here we need to use the other triangle. The other triangle is a reflected wave triangle. So here EZ is there, EY is there, ER is there. EZ, EY, ER. For here you can write EY, it is EZ and it is the reflected wave. So like that, assume the triangle. So here angle is theta is there. So from this triangle we can write the expression for sin theta. Sin theta is equal to, it is opposite by hypotenuse, EZ by ER. Therefore we can write EZ equal to EI sin theta, EZ by ER equal to sin theta, EZ by ER equal to sin theta. Therefore here we can write EZ equal to EI sin theta already is a known equation, because EI is equal to we have eta into HR. Therefore here we can write eta into HR sin theta. So from this expression we can write EZ by ER equal to sin theta and EY by ER equal to cos theta. That is adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse will use the cos of the angle. For here we can write EY is equal to ER cos theta. EY equal to ER cos theta, and we know that ER equal to minus eta into HR, because when the wave is reflecting, here we can write ER by HR equal to minus eta. Therefore here we can write ER equal to minus eta into HR, and substitute ER equal to minus eta into HR, Therefore the equation becomes EY is equal to minus eta into HR cos theta. So for the incident wave, we know that EI is equal to eta into HI, and therefore we can write the EZ. EZ is equal to, here we can write EI. EZ equal to, actually EZ equal to EI. So EI equal to again eta into HI is there. So directly I am writing same expression already we have written previously. EY is equal to eta cos theta HI, and for reflected wave, EY is equal to eta cos theta HR. So like that we can write the two expressions. Then the total Z component of the electric field strength is EZ equal to 2 eta sin theta HI into cos beta Z into Z e power minus j beta y into y. So here the total component of electric field strength is, here it is EY along y direction, it is along the z direction. Along z direction we can have the standing wave pattern, and along y direction we have the traveling wave pattern. So due to the traveling wave we can transfer the information, and due to the standing wave we cannot transfer the information. So along the traveling wave, EY is equal to 2j eta cos theta into HI into sin beta z into z into e power minus j beta y into y. So these are the expressions for reflection by a perfect conductor using parallel polarization. So here both the components of the electric field strength have the standing wave distribution above the reflecting plane. So for the plane or a z component of E, the maximum occurs at the planes and multiples of lambda z by 2 from the plane, whereas for the component of E parallel to the reflecting plane, the maxima occurs at the plane which is at multiples of lambda z by 2 from the plane. So here one is a perpendicular polarization, is that other one is a parallel polarization. For the two polarizations, so where the maxima occur and where the maxima occur, like that. So already we have defined. So at lambda z by 2 we can have the multiples of at multiples of lambda z by 2 we can have the maxima, and here also at the multiples of lambda z by 2 we have the minima in parallel polarization. In perpendicular polarization we have at multiples of lambda z by 2 we have the maxima. In parallel polarization at the multiples of lambda z by 2 we have the minima. So this is about the reflection by a perfect conductor using oblique incidence. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.